In this video, I discuss the various MCQ or true and false type of the questions related to the refrigeration system components with descriptions. Now, first question is, evaporator is also known as option A, freezing coil, cooling coil, chilling coil, or all of these. Means evaporator have a different names. Okay, someone telling it's freezing coils, someone calling it is a cooling coils, and someone calling it is the chilling coils. So answer is option D, all of these is the correct answer. Second is, oil separator in a refrigeration cycle is installed. So first, why oil separator is required? Okay, because we know that it is a refrigeration system is a closed system. Okay, but in a compressors, that is a reciprocating type or a rotary types, they require some lubricating oil. Okay, so there is a possibility is that this lubrication oil is mixed with the oils with the refrigerants. Okay, so we are required to separate the oil and refrigerators. That why the oil separator is used in a VCRS systems. So where it is installed? Okay, so it is installed before the compressor, between compressor and condenser, between condenser and evaporators, and between condenser and expansion valve. Answer is option B. Okay, so when the refrigerant is mixed in the compressors with the oil, so after the compressor we put the oil separators. So oil are separate and refrigerant are separate. Then refrigerant are circulated to the condenser. That's why the oil separator is installed between the compressor and condensers. A refrigerant compressor is used to rise the pressure of refrigerant, rise the temperature of the refrigerants, circulate the refrigerant through the refrigerating systems. When you read this option, okay, so you directly tick the option A, rise the pressure of the refrigerants, but another option is also correct. So you need to read all the MCQ. So option D, all of the above. So answer is option D, all of the above, because compressor is increase the pressure, increase the temperatures, and circulate the refrigerant in the refrigeration system. A hermetically sealed unit consists of option A, compressor is sealed, the compressor motor is sealed, complete refrigeration unit is sealed, and compressor and motor are sealed. So option D is the correct answer. Compressor and motor are sealed. Okay, so in hermetically sealed compressors and motors are packed in a one unit, and it is known as the hermetically sealed. Okay, the compressors may be rotary or reciprocating type depending on the manufacturer of the company or their requirement of the customers. Okay, so it may compressor may be rotary or reciprocating. It is not our questions. Okay, question is to focus on that some power is required to run the compressors. Okay, that's why the motor is used. So compressors and motors are packed in a one unit, and this unit is known as the hermetically sealed unit. So option D is the correct answer. Now before moving ahead, I request to like the video and subscribe the channels for watching the more video related to the refrigeration and air conditioning and another subject of mechanical engineering like IC engines, fluid powers, and the basic of mechanical engineering. For various link of RSE subject, I provide the link in the descriptions. Next, the formation of frost on the cooling coil in refrigerator increase heat transfer, improve the COP of the systems, increase the power consumption, and reduce the power consumption. Now what is the frost formations on the cooling coil? Cooling coil means in the evaporators. Okay, so in a evaporator coils, some of the ice formation is start. Okay, these called as the frost formation, and these frost are formed on the evaporator coils. Then what happens? Okay, so out of these four options, option C is correct. It increase the power consumptions. Due to these frost formations, the heat transfer is reduced. Okay, and this heat transfer is reduced, then why the temperature of the refrigerant is not increased in this outlet of the evaporators, and this increase the power consumptions of the compressors. Defrosting of refrigerant refrigerators may be done by stopping the compressor for a short periods. Defrosting means in earlier cases what we studying the frost, and this frost is removed by certain process. Its process is known as the defrosting. Okay, means removing the ice from the evaporator coil. This process is known as the defrosting, and defrosting is done by using the number of methods, and out of one method is that it is done by stopping the compressor for a short period of times. Correct or incorrect? So option A is, it is the correct statement, means ice from the evaporator coil is removed by stopping the compressor for a short period of time. A water-cooled condenser operates at space condensing temperatures than the air-cooled condensers. Means suppose in air-cooled condenser that is a different temperatures, in water-cooled is different temperatures. Okay, so it is a higher or a lower. So option B is correct. The water-cooled condenser operate at the lower temperatures than compared to the air-cooled condensers, because the amount of the heat removed by the water-cooled condenser are higher. Okay, because the CP, specific heat of the water, is higher, that is a 4.187, and the specific heat of the air is lower, that is a 1.005. Okay, so that's why the water-cooled condensers are operated at lower temperatures than the air-cooled condensers. Now the bank of tubes at the back of the domestic refrigerator is, now in a fridge at your home, when we see the back side of this fridge, okay, you see the number of tubes. Okay, this tube is which part? It is the evaporator tubes, it is the condenser tubes, or a capillary tubes, or none of the above. So it is the condenser tubes. So when you see the back side of these your refrigerators at your home, you see the various tubes. It is the condenser tubes. Okay, so these tubes are available in old refrigerators. Now if you buy the new refrigerators, you are not able to see the back sides of the fridge, the no tube is seen. Okay, but this tube is nowadays provided on the left side or the right side of the refrigerators. But in earlier times, when you see the back sides, it shows some tubes and it is the condenser tubes. Next, the centrifugal compressors are generally used for refrigerants that require, that is a different option is given. Okay, so these questions you already study in a fluid power engineering. Okay, generally the centrifugal compressor is used for a low condensing temperatures and the large displacements. Okay, and reciprocating compressor is used for a higher pressures and the low quantity of the fuels. So similar concept is applied here. Okay, so here option D is the correct answer, that is a large displacement, and when the large displacement is there, it's provide the large quantity of the refrigerants and the low condensing pressure that you already study in a fluid power engineering. Pressure gauge on the discharge side of a refrigerant compressor reach too high, the reasons will be, now when you perform this practical, okay, at that time in a discharge side the pressure is continuously increased, and what is the reasons of this pressure is increasing and the system is stopped sometime workings. So there is a number of reasons is possible. One is the lack of the cooling water, water temperatures being high, and the dirty condenser surface, and all of this. So answer is D is correct, that is all of this. Okay, if the cooling water is circulate less, then there is create the problems. Okay, and in suppose the condenser is air cooled, at that time same problem is that suppose your unit is too close with the wall, at that time there is a air circulation is reduced from the condenser, so late heat is removed, and this increase the pressure of the systems, and due to this pressure increasing, the system is work to stop. That's why we are need to maintain the certain space between the refrigerators and to our wall. Okay, so due to this certain space between this wall and refrigerator units, it's increased the air circulations and the proper amount of the heat is removed from the condensers. The thermostatic expansion valve is used in which type of the evaporators? Flooded evaporators, DX coil, and the dry. So option C is the correct. Thermostatic expansion valve is used in a dry type of evaporators. The capillary tube is not used in a large capacity refrigeration system because option A, cost is too high, capacity control is not possible. It is made of copper and required pressure drop cannot be achieved. Okay. So we know that the cost of the capillary tube is very low compared to the thermostatic expansion valves. And if it is made from the copper, there is no problems. And the required pressure drop cannot be achieved, it is not also problems. But capillary tubes are not able to control the amount of refrigerant supplied to the evaporator. Means capacity control is not possible if we use the capillary tube in our systems. Okay, and if we need to control the capacity of the evaporator or systems, we need to install the expansion device instead of the capillary tube. The natural convection air-cooled condenser are used in. Natural convection means there is no fan is used to remove the, for cooling the condenser. Okay. That is in domestic refrigerators, in a water cooler, in a room air conditioner, and all of the above. Domestic refrigerator means the fridge in our homes. Okay. So in fridge, there is no fan is used to remove the heat from the condensers. In a water cooler, fan is used. In air conditioning unit, fan is used. Okay. In a air conditioning unit, you see the outdoor unit. That is a one fan is provided that remove the heat from the condensers. In water cooler, also the fan is provided. Means these are the 4 circulations. But in domestic refrigerator, no fan is provided. That means it is the natural convections. So option A is the correct answer. The thermostatic expansion valve operates on change in the degree of superheat at the exit from the evaporators, temperature of the evaporators, pressure in the evaporators, and none of the above. So we know that the thermostatic expansion valve is also known as the degree of superheat. Means it is also called as the superheat expansion valve. Okay, so option A is the correct. Because the thermostatic expansion valve operate on the change in degree of superheat at the exit of the evaporators. So one part of the expansion valve is attached at the outlet of the evaporators. It is called as the sensing bulb. This sensing bulb is sends the temperatures at the outlet of the evaporators. According to that, thermostatic expansion valve is supplied the refrigerant to the evaporators. The evaporator used in household refrigerator is frosting evaporators, non-frosting evaporators, defrosting evaporators, and none of these. So option A is the correct. It is a frosting evaporators. Okay. The dryers in a refrigeration systems remove the moisture in the system. Option A is correct or A incorrect. So option A is the correct answer. Okay, the dryers are remove the moistures from the refrigerant. Okay, these questions are also asked in another way. Okay, the dryer are used in refrigeration system, and various option is given to add the moistures, to remove the moisture. Okay, and other way is also asked how to remove the moistures in a refrigeration systems. Then different option is given: dryer, dehumidifier, compressors, condensers. Okay. Thermostatic expansion valve in a refrigeration system ensure the evaporator completely filled with refrigerant of the load. It is suitable only for constant load systems. Maintain different temperature in evaporator in proportion to load, and none of the above. So option A is the correct answer. Thermostatic expansion valve in refrigeration system ensure that evaporator is completely filled with refrigerant according to the load. Next question is, a valve which maintains the constant degree of superheat at the end of evaporator coil is called automatic expansion valve, high side float valve, thermostatic expansion valve, or a low side float valve. And answer is option D, low side float valve. Reciprocating refrigerant compressors are very suitable for, as I already discussed that, reciprocating compressors are generally used for a higher pressures and the small displacements. Means option C is the correct answers. Okay, centrifugal is used for the low pressures and the larger displacement. Most thermostatic expansion valve are set for a superheat of 5 degrees centigrade, 10 degree, 15 degrees centigrade, and 20 degree. So answer is option A, 5 degree centigrades. a large ton means more than 200 ton air conditioning applications, the compressor recommended is reciprocating types, rotary type, centrifugal types and screw types. Okay, this is a too large system. 200 ton means it is a too large systems. For that, centrifugal compressor is used. Okay, for 2 tons we are required a larger quantity of mass. That's why we use the centrifugals. In our home and AC and the fridge, the reciprocating is used because it is a lower capacity. Most air-cooled condensers are designed to operate with temperature difference of 5 degree, 8 degree, 14 degree and 20 degree. So option C is correct, that is a 14 degree centigrades. The leakage in refrigeration system using freon is detected by halide torch, sulfur sticks, soap and waters and all of this. So option A is the correct. For a freon groups we use the halide torch. Okay, for some another refrigerant, that is another method is available, that is sulfur sticks and soap and waters. So these all three are the leak detection methods, but here it is asked for the freon groups. Okay, for the freon the halide torch method is used. In order to collect the liquid refrigerant and to prevent it from going to a device known as the accumulator is used at the suction of compressor. The answer is the option A. Already answer is given in these questions. Okay, device is known as accumulator is used at the suctions of the compressor. The leakage in a refrigeration system using ammonia is detected by halide torch, sulfur sticks, soap and waters and all of this. So answer is the option B. Earlier we studied that halide torch is used for freon groups and we know that ammonia is not coming in the freon groups. Okay, so halide torch is not coming, that's why it is used for the sulfur sticks. Thermostatic expansion valve is called constant pressure valve, constant temperature valve, constant superheat valves and none of this. It is known as the constant superheat valve. Option C is the correct. The sulfur stick in a case of leakage of ammonia refrigerants give white smoke. True or false? So option A means this sentence given is the correct. In sulfur stick gives the white smoke when the leakage of ammonia is there. The color of the flame of halide torch in a case of leakage of freon refrigerant will change to. Means here you see that here freon group is come, at that time we use halide torch. Ammonia is come, we use the sulfur sticks. The color of flame of halide torch in a case of leakage of freon refrigerants will change to bright greens, yellow, red or a orange. The answer is the option A, bright green. So thank you for watching this video. If you learned and liked the video, subscribe the channels, comment on the video and don't forget to share with your friend.